Every marriage has 3 rings. The engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the bicker ring. We're here to settle the fights that don't matter and have no winner. It's the 3 Rings Podcast with another new argument.
Welcome again to another episode of the 3 Rings Podcast. My name is Phil.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are married.
Yep.
We are indeed. And thank you for joining us for this week's episode. And anybody that is returning, thank you.
For a second, I thought you were thanking me for joining you, and I was like, we drove here together.
Thank you for being my guest on this week and all previous weeks as well. Appreciate it.
We should have guests.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to eventually get to that.
Yeah.
Once the pandemic is over. It'll be easier to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you to everybody who's tuning in for another episode. And if this is your first time listening, welcome. Just a little bit of backstory on us. We are married and
we
have been for coming up on 4 years.
Yes.
This October.
Yeah.
And we'd like to argue about things that don't matter.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason we do this podcast. Mm-hmm. And I will say that though the arguments do get heated, we don't love each other any less.
Oh, I thought you were going to just end it with we don't love each other. I was like, whoa.
I mean, it depends on the episode, I guess.
Phil's telling me some stuff today.
You're like
my brain is like not here.
You're like stopping like halfway through the sentence and you're like not getting the full story.
Yeah, my heart just is like, oh.
Yeah, and then you just stop, which is kind of dangerous, as we're seeing.
Yeah. Yes.
So
I had to take my Crocs off for a second, so I wasn't really like paying super close attention either.
Take them off forever?
No, I love my Crocs. Speaking of, this is an argument for a future time.
Yeah,
I love my Crocs. I have a pair of leopard print Crocs that I wear everywhere, and Phil hates it.
They're so disgusting.
They're beautiful.
They're awful.
They're my favorite pair of shoes. They're so comfortable. I love them so much. I want more pairs of Crocs. Like, I keep looking at other Crocs.
Yeah, I saw.
I want the Croc slides.
You want
the
slide,
Croc flip-flops.
Yeah, you want the sandals. I mean, do they make Croc heels? You can get Croc heels.
They make Croc flats.
Okay.
I might. I'm a sucker for 2 things that Phil hates, and that's leopard print stuff and Crocs.
Yeah. And then you combine them together for one just hideous
and
fucking product.
It makes my heart happy.
It's so bad. It is so bad.
Phil is he's more fashionable than I am, which is like, I mean, not surprised. I don't think it's that surprising to most people.
Why?
Well, because you always look so put together and nice. And I just kind of am like, I dress for comfort. And then when I want to look nice, I make Phil pick things out for me. Which he does a really good job.
I do.
Yeah.
I like, that is one thing that I do kind of pride myself on, is like, I am really good at picking out clothes.
Yes, you are.
Like, for me and for you.
Yes, you are.
So.
Which is like surprising, because like, I'm about to like put my dad on blast, but I remember my dad trying to pick out clothes for my mom when we were growing up, and I would always just be like, Dad, what are you doing? No. Like, no.
I was like, here's my thing though. It's like, I don't really remember where there was like that defining moment with like my fashion, because, you know, for high school, like I had a uniform.
Yes.
For school, and outside of that, it was just like jeans, t-shirt, and like maybe a hoodie, and it was like that for a long time.
Up until, I mean, I feel like this evolution has happened at some point while we were together.
Yeah. And
it was like once you found cardigans,
yeah,
it was like that really changed your life.
Yeah. Cardigans changed my life. And
watching Queer Eye.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of learning more from there.
Yeah.
And then like I actually started to discover more colors instead of just like black, white, and gray.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would still, like, when I tell people about your style, I still, like, you kind of still do abide by a uniform. It's just like swapping out the different pieces. Like, I know in the summer you're always going to wear jeans and a button-down shirt with the sleeves rolled up.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
In the winter, it's always either a sweater or a t-shirt and a cardigan and jeans.
Yeah.
And then you always match your accessories. Like all of your accessories always have to match.
Yeah. So watch, sunglasses, and shoes usually have to match, and they have to usually coordinate with the outfit.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's not
structure.
a uniform, it's a formula.
Yeah, it's structured.
Yeah. I don't really know what my style would be. I was kind of having this conversation with my best friend Ashley, about people who have like an aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like they have like I don't know what yours style.
Yeah, I'm not sure what your style would necessarily be because you wear so many different things. So I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know if it's like, I wouldn't say eclectic, but like I like quirky things. Like I like my favorite things always have like
Crocs.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I like things with like weird patterns on them. Like I love like not like a I don't mean animal print as in like I want a zebra striped top, but like if you gave me a top that had little pictures of dogs on it, I'd be like all over it.
Yeah. I hate patterns. But
yeah, Phil doesn't like patterns, but I do.
Any fashionista out there, like, try to figure out what your style is.
Help.
I guess. Please, help. But speaking of...
but don't touch my Crocs. Crocs forever.
Please do. Somebody come and throw them away. But speaking of...
little dogs.
Yeah, little dogs and tiny dogs on things. That kind of brings us to what we're going to be discussing this week, which anybody who's a pet owner has probably had this argument.
Have we talked about our little angel on here very much?
I don't know.
So we have she is a 4-year-old Jack Russell mix named Leia.
Yep.
Like Princess Leia.
Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah. And she is our pride and joy. She is my very best friend.
She's a demon.
She's an angel.
She is.
She's mommy's little angel.
She is such a little shit sometimes.
I love her so much. We're obsessed with her. Like, we both are obsessed with her.
Yeah.
And I mean, she can be a total monster, but like, she is just the best dog on the planet.
But she's our monster.
She's our monster. So, she's our favorite thing in the universe. We always say that the like second best thing we did next to getting together is getting her.
Yeah.
So we are obsessed.
Yeah.
That being said, she poses some complications in our lives. And one of those complications is the fact that she never lets me sleep.
Well,
like, ever.
So, again, this is something that I feel like most pet parents deal with, or they have argued about at some point, is should the dog sleep in the bed?
Yes, and this idea was actually given to me from my friend Claire, because this is an argument that she and her boyfriend have about whether or not dogs should be allowed in the bed. And this is an argument that I have fought and lost, I will say.
Yeah.
Leia sleeps in our bed.
Leia sleeps in our bed. But we are still going to have this argument because you initially, when we first got her, said, no, she's not sleeping in the bed.
No, because, and here's why. So I grew up with dogs.
Okay.
The longest period of time that I've lived without a dog, I believe, is the 6-month stretch between when you and I moved in together and when we got Leia. That at least in my like memory. Like, I don't remember a time before us having dogs, and that's the only time I remember without one.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, we had a German short hair pointer who was massive
dog.
He was big for his size. He was like supposed to be a show dog, but then outgrew breed standards. So he was a big guy. And he would sleep in my bed with me growing up. And I had a twin bed that was pushed up against the wall. And he would wedge himself in between me and the wall, and then stretch his legs out in such a way that I just went whoosh onto the floor. He pushed me onto the floor.
Yeah.
So when we got Leia, I mean, albeit she is much smaller than Hans.
She's a tiny dog.
She's little. She's 25 pounds. She was 4 pounds when we got her.
Yeah. Itty bitty.
So just a tiny bean.
Yeah.
And But still, I remembered this time so vividly with Hans that I was like, no, it's uncomfortable. Even the little ones take up a ton of room. They somehow manage to like stretch into like it's like those things, those little like capsule things that you would put in water as a kid and it would grow like 4 times the size. It's like as soon as a dog gets into a bed, it like grows 4 times the size.
That's fair.
So I was very adamantly against it. It's not because I didn't love her. It's not because I didn't find her so
you had
sweet.
bad experience.
It was because of, yes, baggage from previous dogs.
I was very adamantly yes.
Yes, you were. I think mostly because you felt bad for her.
Yeah, well,
because she was so tiny.
You can argue you're no point for not only our situation, how it was, but also for anybody that's listening that is having this conversation or plans on getting.
Yeah, let me help you.
A pet. So
let me help you.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Okay.
Make your points.
All right. So my first point is she goes outside frequently.
Yes.
And you are allergic to everything outside.
Yes.
And she brings that inside and into our bed.
She's going to do that anyway.
It doesn't have to be in our bed.
No, but are you going to prevent her from jumping on the bed at all? Or
Yes.
bringing it into the room? Is she not
Into
like
the
with
room
the dog
is
not?
different from the place that you're laying for 6 to 10 hours a night
Yeah, fair. I guess,
with your
but-
face in it. She literally lays on your pillow. So your face is right there and all of the pollen and stuff, the dust that she's brought in.
Yeah, but I mean that's specific to me though. Like not
But there are
everybody
a lot of people who are in that position.
is not as allergic
And
to
even if you're-
outside as I am.
No, but I mean, there are a lot of people who are allergic to animals, to
Yeah.
pollen, to dust, to dirt. Like,
Yeah.
this is like a thing that they are going to do unless you've somehow managed to train your dog to go on the toilet
Which would
and
be
never take your dog
remarkable.
outside.
Like props to you if you can do that.
I'm sure it messes them up mentally somehow, like it
It's
does with the
gotta.
cats, but like, it
Cats are mental anyways. Shout out to all the cat people out there. Your cats are
Like-
crazy.
I think even they would acknowledge that the cats
Yeah,
are crazy.
probably.
But like, it's just, you don't need to have your face in an area. Like, if you want to do that, then like just go sleep in a bush or something. Like, it's gonna be, you're gonna wake up feeling similarly.
It's a strong start. Go sleep in a bush instead.
I think you're gonna wake up feeling in a similar way.
I think if you have allergies, I feel like you're probably going to wake up like feeling shitty anyways.
You could feel less shitty if the dog isn't like just rolling in the grass and then coming inside and rolling on your pillow.
Okay,
Leia
alright.
loves to roll in things.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it happen. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Point number 2. Let's hear it.
My second point is they're germy. They're dirty.
Yeah. Okay.
You complain. This is probably gonna get kind of gross, but like you complain about when Leia comes inside and then she hops in your lap and like she's got like she leaves a little wet spot on you.
Yeah. Nobody
Then
wants
what do
to
you think they're doing then? And you don't think she's doing that in the bed?
No, but I mean, where she's sleeping, like.
Does it affect you because it's right by me?
I mean, valid point, but also, like, second point to that, it's not like she's sleeping like right up next to our face.
Sometimes she will literally, like, when she's waiting for you to come to bed, she lays on your pillow.
Yeah.
You don't think that she's getting like nasty stuff all over your pillow?
Flip my pillow.
Plus,
over.
like, okay, so this is like Claire, one of the dogs that lives with her cousin's dog, ended up having a nightmare so bad that it, like, I don't even know if I should tell this story because it's so gross. She ended up having a nightmare so bad that like things that aren't supposed to come out of her came out of her and onto her cousin's bed.
Yeah.
That's a
rare.
risk you run with dogs, though.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're gonna have accidents. So that's part of having a dog. Like,
Again, it
Like, they're
doesn't
gonna
need to be
shit.
where you sleep.
okay.
Leia literally walks outside in the dirt, poops in the dirt.
Not anymore. We don't have dirt anymore.
Oh my god. Okay.
We redid that.
All right. Anyways,
What's your third point?
It's uncomfortable and she wakes me up. Like, I literally think that she's, like, fucking up my back. She
very well might be.
She demands to sleep in between, like, my legs. Like, so I have to, like, make my legs into, like, almost like your... I don't know what position this is in ballet.
I don't know.
But, like, when your toes are pointed out.
Yeah.
And you've got, like, you're kind of, like, down in, like,
she
a
likes to
squatting
lay
position.
in your lap, but, like, not actually lay
It's
on
like
you. So you have to make, like, a little hole with your legs.
My legs have to make, like, a little diamond shape.
Yeah.
For her to sleep in.
Yeah.
And then, God forbid, I try to move. Because that just, like, causes, it, like, rocks her world.
Yeah, it does.
And, like...
She falls asleep with me every night. She starts off with me every night.
And then she moves, but it's before you've really fallen asleep most times.
Because when I want to go to sleep, I kick her over to you. I literally move my legs and push her over.
Well, and then I'm always the one that wakes up when she has to get up and go out in the middle of the night, which is most nights, because she's a monster. And, like... it just... She's fucking me up, man.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I feel like that's valid.
Sure. A decent argument for why a dog should not sleep in the bed with you. I argued counter to that. I say they should sleep in bed with you. Number one, just it's a comfort to me knowing that they're safe. And number
it's all about your comfort, isn't it?
It is. And number two, who doesn't love dog cuddles? Snuggling with your dog?
I mean, I love dog cuddles, but she cuddles with me
point
literally
proven.
all day long anyways. Like,
point number three, and this one was a little bit of a stretch, I'll admit this one.
Okay.
Point number three, you're not wasting money on dog beds. So, yeah, that one's a little bit of a stretch.
Okay.
I get that. But the main point, comfort in knowing that they're safe. So when she's sleeping in the bed, you know that she's not getting into trouble with anything. She's not chewing on something. She's not tearing something up. She's not, going to the bathroom, like, on the rug somewhere else, anything like that.
My original plan when we got her, though, which was to crate train her during the night, we still would know that she was safe.
Maybe.
When we leave for work and she's in her crate, do you worry about her safety?
No. But what if she gets sick during the night, or she's scared during the night?
What if she gets sick during the day when we're at work? You deal with it.
I'm just saying. Like, I feel more comfortable at night knowing that she's safe.
All right.
And when she's in bed, I know that she's safe.
I feel like all this is painting me out to be as like an asshole dog
I am
mother.
a much bigger asshole to our dog than you are.
I mean, I go around telling her she's perfect all day long, so...
I walk around calling her little baby fuckwit.
Yeah, we do, like, daily affirmations where I tell her, like,
you do daily
you're so
affirmations.
perfect, you're so
stinky,
beautiful.
You're such a twat.
You're the most fun dog. All the other dogs want to play with you.
You're such a jerk.
God help our children.
I bring balance to her life. She knows.
I lift her up, Phil knocks her down.
That's right. But, I mean, the end-all, be-all to all of this is if you're going to let your dog sleep in your bed with you, you get dog cuddles. And what makes anybody happier than being cuddled by your dog who loves you so unconditionally and
She
just wants to make you happy?
Cuddles me all day long, though. The dog is not happy. Like yesterday when I was like trying to get stuff done, she just sits on the couch and stares at me and cries because she wants me to sit down on the couch so that she can sit on me. Not next to me.
Because that is the happiest part of her day. And who are you to deny her the happiest part of her evening, getting to snuggle with mom and dad while she drifts off to dreamland? How can you deny? Such a perfect specimen, something like that.
You were just calling her a twat like
she is
2
an
seconds
asshole.
ago.
Point number 3. Dog beds are super expensive, and with ours, she destroys them because we've tried to get her dog beds.
Well, she thinks that they're like giant. She likes to tear apart stuffed toys. Yeah. And I think she thinks that dog beds are just giant stuffed toys.
Yeah, so she destroys them, and then it's just a waste of money.
But she has one of your mom and dad got her like this, like, I don't even know. It's like a nylon piece of fabric almost that is like stretched in between or stretched between like four corners of like a PVC, like a rectangle PVC pipe frame.
Yeah.
And she loves that.
Mm-hmm. Well, she also can't really destroy that. So
we could find something that she couldn't destroy. Or, again, my original plan when she was a baby was to put her in her crate.
I mean, still to this day, I hear those little puppy cries from when we tried to do that.
Oh, my God.
And how cold she was.
Dramatic.
And how scared she was.
We got her... We kept buying her... Because she was 4 pounds, so we kept buying her hot water bottles to, wrap up in a towel and put into her crate at night so that she would have something warm to snuggle against. And she kept popping them with her teeth.
Yeah. So giant puddles in there. Didn't know if it was from the water bottle or she peed either.
She'd start crying, and we'd go in to check on her, and it'd just be her in a puddle from the hot water bottle.
Yeah. So I think it worked out fine. I
think you and her conspired against me.
There was no conspiracy at all. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay, so here's my beef with your arguments too, is that I know that there are scientific articles that have proven that it's better to have them sleep with you, and the fact that you didn't cite any of them is lazy.
I mean, because I'm lazy. Because I was too busy cuddling our dog in bed to do that kind of research. But
brother.
I mean, you talked about this last week when we were talking about decorating with it brings you joy. Like having her there when you go to sleep brings me joy.
Does it bring you joy the fact that I don't ever get to sleep through the night because she's constantly waking me up somehow?
Yes.
We've already talked. Oh my God. All right. Do you let your dog sleep with you? Let us know. You can find us.
Yes.
You can find us at 3 Rings Podcast. That's THREE Rings Pod. Or
Oh.
What is this episode? I don't even know. Sorry. It's at 3 Rings Pod. That's THREE. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Indeed.
Please go and give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and share us with your friends.
Yep. Even if you hate it, give us a 5-star rating.
But then, I mean, you could give us a 5-star rating, and then you can tell us in the comment why you hate it.
Yeah, that's
we
fine.
don't care.
Yeah, I really don't. Just as long as you give us the 5-star, I'm good with that.
All right.
So do that. Find us literally everywhere, wherever you listen to things. So Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. We're on all of these.
Share with us what you guys are bickering about, and maybe we'll help you figure it out.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Maybe not.
I don't know. We're not here to solve very big problems in your marriage.
God, no.
No. So
we're unqualified.
Yeah. It's got to be stupid things because that's what we specialize in.
Stupid things.
That's what I specialize in is stupid things.
We both specialize in stupid things.
That's fair.
All right. We will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks for listening to another weekly episode of the 3 Rings Podcast. We'll be back next week with another new argument. In the meantime, follow us on all social media platforms at 3 Rings Pod. Join in the argument and tell us who's right, who's wrong, or why you have the right answer. Whatever. Just tell us stuff.